This is your coach Nadir. Today we'll discuss on a very important topic which is calorie tracking. Okay, we teach you how to do quantified nutrition. We tell you to follow quantified nutrition, and we have been focusing a lot on quantified nutrition. Now, I understand that it's really difficult for people who have never been into a tracking thing or measuring food or planning a diet chart for them. How can you do that? Let me make it easier for you. Calorie tracking helps us stay in line with our goals. It helps us plan better. It helps us strategize better so that we could reach our goal, and we can make amendments if we are doing any mistakes. So that helps us. Okay. So now calorie tracking can also help us being flexible about our approach. How can we do that? Okay. So I'll do a step-by-step process. I'll tell you a step-by-step process with how you can follow a calorie tracking process and be flexible about your eating. Okay. So let me begin with how do you start it. So for 1 week, what you need to do is you just need to track your calories that you have been eating. So let's say you have been eating aloo paratha in the morning or any bread, butter, jam in the morning. Just don't need to do anything. Just measure the raw quantity of them using the kitchen weighing scale and see how many calories are there, and just put it on your app. How to do that you can see here. Okay, and once you do that, then the next step will be that you need to track your weight and measurements twice that week. Okay, you need to make sure that you are tracking your weight and measurements both empty stomach first thing in the morning. Okay, then you need to also ensure throughout the week that you are eating as per your hunger and satiety levels. Okay, you should not be feeling hungry. You should be well satiated. These are two important things. Okay, and you should not be binge eating. So you plan your day such that you are not binge eating. You are not eating out of boredom, but you are eating based on your hunger and satiety levels. You should feel full, and you should not feel hungry throughout the day. Okay. Now, once you're done with the week, so let's say you started today, after a week, what you need to do is you need to go back to the app and analyze the weekly calories that you have been following. You find out an average out of it. Okay, so let's say you follow 2000 one day, 2100 another day, 1900 some day. So the weekly average comes to around 2000 calories. Now see how your weight and measurements has been impacted based on the average caloric intake that you had. Let's say you maintain your weight and measurement, which means that you have been eating equal to your maintenance calories, which is equal to your total energy expenditure. Okay, so you neither gained nor lost anything. But if you gain, it means that you are eating more than your energy expenditure. The average intake of calories is more than your energy expenditure. And if you lost, it means that the average and total energy expenditure of your body is higher than what your caloric intake has been throughout the week. Okay, so based on that, analyze and note it down that how much did you lose? Did you lose a pound? Did you gain a pound, or did you maintain? Just note that down. Okay. Now what I want you to do is analyze the amount of carbohydrate, protein and fat that you have been taking throughout the week. See on a day-to-day basis. Analyze what made you feel full about the diet, what made you feel very hungry in that particular day. Analyze how much carbs, protein and fat you have been taking. Okay. Now what I want you to do is, once you start tracking and start reading the label of food. How can you read the nutrition label of your food? You can either turn back the food item that you've been using, the package of it, and see the nutrition label on behind, or you can just Google the nutrition value of that particular food item, or you can check on the Fitter app or any other app that you have been using. Okay. Now make a list of carbohydrates, protein and fat sources which have good amount of protein, carbs and fat in them individually. Okay, so list down the number, a list of items which have carbs in it, list down a list of items which have fat in it, and list down a list of items which has protein in it. Okay, and it is based on the stats that you have been tracking throughout the week, so it should be convenient for you to consume them and get them. Okay. Now what I want you to do is make a list of favorite items that you want to have in your diet once in a while or on a daily basis, which could contribute to 20% of your diet. So we'll follow a 80:20 rule ratio, wherein 80% is clean, 20% is what you like to eat. on a daily basis maybe. Okay, so what you can do is, like, let's say for example, I love to have Snickers in my diet. So what I'll do is I'll check the nutrition level of Snicker. I'll see what amount of Snicker gives me how much amount of calories, which include the carbs, protein and fat. I'll list it down. Okay, that this particular food item has this much amount of calories, this much amount of carbs, protein and fat. Similarly, ice cream or a Greek yogurt, anything which you like on a daily basis, but it should be quantifiable. It's really important that you eat things, but it should be quantifiable. So it should say what amount, or you should know what amount of calories it's giving you. Okay. Now once that is done, just the list is ready, and now you have a list of carbs, protein and fat sources ready with you. Now you have a list of favorite food items ready with you. Now what you need to do is you need to set the number of meals per day that you want to have. So if based on your occupation, based on your lifestyle, based on your hunger level, how frequently you get hungry, you will set the number of meals in a day. Let's say I set 3 to 4 meals in a day. So what I'll do is, once I have set the number of meals per day, I'm going to check what amount of calories I'm going to consume through the day. Okay. Now the amount of calories that I need to consume will be based on my goal. So let's say I want to lose fat, and let's say in the last week I was consuming 20 to 2000 calories and I maintain my weight. So it means that I'm eating equal to my total energy expenditure, which is my maintenance calories. So if I have to lose fat or lose weight, I need to drop my caloric intake so that I could create a deficit leading to a fat loss. Okay. Or if I want to gain muscles, I would increase somewhere around 100 to 300 calories based on the rate at which I want to gain. But 100 to 300 calories is a safe zone to put in a surplus for muscle growth, because it will avoid making you gain a lot of fat in the process. Okay? Because fat gain obviously happens when you are gaining muscle. But I mean, I know majority of people are looking for fat loss. So let's say we are looking for fat loss, we need to reduce the amount of calories. Now how much calories you need to reduce is based on at what rate you want to lose fat. So on an average, approximately if you create a weekly deficit of 3500 calories, it will make you lose a pound of fat, which means that 3500 by 7 is coming around 500 calories per day. So a deficit of 500 calories less than your total daily energy expenditure is going to help you lose approximately a pound of fat in a week. Okay, now you have set the calories. So go to your app. So I'll give you an example of Fitter app. Go to the app, go to the diet tool. You will see 3 dots here. Okay, when you're going to the Android, what you will do is you go to the app, you go to the diet tool, and you see on the bottom, if it is an Android, you will see 3 dots which says, and when you click on it, it says set macros. Go to the macros, set your caloric intake that you want, scroll down below, and then you will find the type of diet you want. You want to follow a zone diet, you want to follow a low carb diet, you want to custom fill a diet. Now what you need to do is you need to set your calories first. So let's say I'm setting it up at 2000 calories, and then I'm selecting zone diet. Let's say, just an example. So it gives me the amount of carbs, protein and fat that I need to consume on a daily basis. Now I select and save it. Okay. Or what I can do is, if I want to customize this as per my requirement, I'll just use custom and set my protein, carbs and fat as per me. Okay. Now these numbers that you see, so protein, carbs and fat, you don't need to hit them exactly as it is. Okay. So you will have a deviation of 5. You are allowed to have a deviation of 5 to 10 grams in each of the macros, which will obviously translate to a deviation in your on a daily caloric intake as well. But that's fine. Okay, so you need to hit a range of close to 5 to 10 grams to the grams of protein, carbs and fat that you have set. Okay, now once you have set that, what you will do is, now you will divide the total calories that you have set for yourself amongst the 4 meals. Okay, let's say I've set to 2000 calories, so I will have 4 meals of 500 calories each. Okay, which will lead to a 2000 calorie intake. Okay, now what I need to do is, now I'll pick my regular food sources that I used to eat, and it is very easy and convenient for me to cook and eat on a regular basis. I'll put them on the chart. Okay. Now I'll see if I'm able to meet. On top it will show what amount of protein, carbs and fat have you reached after adding the food items. Now I'll try to, in case I'm falling short of protein, or in case I'm going above calories, I'll try to adjust the quantities, and I'll ensure that each of the meal has some protein source, so that helps me distribute the protein throughout the day. Also it will help us to meet my protein intake the right way. Okay, if I'm falling short of protein, I'll try to adjust that by including more protein sources in my meal, and remaining amount to come from either carbs or fat. The only thing we need to ensure is, when you're setting a custom caloric intake, the total fat intake should not fall below 15%, because fat helps in the regulation of a lot of hormones. So it's really important that the fat intake should not fall down below 15%. So since I've selected a zone diet, I have a 30% of fat leverage, so that's good to go. Any other diet, even the low carb diet, will give you good amount of fat. Even a high carb diet could be at least 20-25% of fat in your diet. So that depends upon you, but just don't go below 15% of your total caloric intake in terms of fat intake. Okay. So once that is set, now try to meet the caloric intake. So what you are doing is, in this approach, you are definitely setting your calories, you are definitely setting the amount of carbs, protein and fat you need to eat, but you have a range wherein you can work around. So someday you can go 5 grams above, 10 grams above. Someday it's fine if you were 5 grams or 10 grams below your calorie, your macronutrient intake. So basically carbs were, in case the protein were 150 grams and you one day you could consume only 140 grams, that's okay. You don't need to worry about that. One day you consume 160 grams, that's completely okay. You're going to have a fluctuation in your caloric intake, but you should not be fluctuating much more than 10 grams per macronutrient. So not beyond that 10 grams. Try to be as close as possible. 5 grams is great, 10 grams is not bad. Okay. So you need to just keep a check and make sure that the 20% of the caloric intake up to 20% of your caloric intake is coming from your favorite food item, so that you don't feel like getting off track and craving for your favorite item. You have to include it. So what you can do is, what I would suggest you to do is keep your snack as your meal for your favorite item. So let's say 20% of your caloric intake, which means around 400 calories. 400 calories is a good amount of calories. That I'll keep for my snacks, and the remaining amount of 1600 calories, since my total calorie intake is 2000, I'll divide it into my 3 meals. Okay, and then now the 400 calories I'll take it when I am working out. After I am working out, I'm taking this 400 calories. If I did not work out, I'll just take 200 calories from there, and I'll save that 200 calories for further. So what I'm doing is, I'm trying to save this amount of calories so that I could use them later. So instead of having 2000 calories in that particular day, I end up consuming 1800 calories. So I have a leverage of 200 calories which I can use on some other day, and yet make the similar amount of progress that I want to make by the end of the week. Okay. So the whole fundamental here is that you follow a diet program which is divided at 80% clean and 20% your favorite food item, and yet you are being flexible about it. You don't need to worry or bang your head measuring each and every gram of rice or every gram of chicken that you're eating. You have a flexibility to go 5 to 10 grams here and there and still be on track. Okay, so you're working on a range here, and that will help you build sustainability. Now in the initial few weeks you will be a bit further away from your range, you might make more mistakes, but as time goes, as you keep implementing it, you will get an idea on how much amount of calories this particular food item has, what amount of carbs, protein, fat a particular food item has. So when you go out, it becomes really easy for you to guesstimate and check and do your guesswork there and see how many amount of calories are coming from the food item that you consume outside. But right now, if I tell you that okay, you need to eat 100 grams of paneer outside, you might not know how much 100 grams of paneer looks like. But if you keep tracking on a regular basis, you will get to know about that. Okay, so that helps in improving your guesswork. And then what you can do is, you need to constantly track your weight and measurements on a weekly basis or twice in a week, so that you can analyze them, and based on the analysis you can make adjustments to your diet. So some weeks you gain, so basically you will see that overall week what was your average caloric intake, you deviated too much, so you can make adjustments in the next week, maybe reduce your calorie a bit and then make adjustments accordingly. Okay, so this helps you get better at it. with time, as the time passes by, your tracking calories will improve a lot, and then you will be easily able to sustain the diet, any diet that you follow, and you won't even feel that you are on a diet. So fitness will become a lifestyle for you, and that's what we want. So hope this video helped you guys, and if it did, just subscribe to my account, and make sure that you share this video amongst your friends and family, so that they can also get knowledge out of it. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for more.